Most men don't realize how much power they actually hold until they stop chasing a woman's attention. In today's dating world, everything feels upside down. Women act like the prize, men compete for attention, and the ones who should be leading end up chasing validation. But the truth is simple. Once you understand how a woman's ego works, you stop playing her game completely. Every woman has an ego, and it's built through attention, validation, and the reactions she gets from men. The more you feed it, the more she starts placing herself above you. The more you pull back, the more she begins to question her own position. That balance is what most men fail to understand. They think effort automatically creates value, but in reality, it often inflates her ego instead. And when the ego rises, attraction slowly disappears. Destroying her ego doesn't mean being disrespectful or harsh. It simply means removing the power her pride holds over you. It's about shifting the dynamic back to its natural state, where you lead and she follows. Because when a woman realizes she cannot control your emotions, respect starts to form naturally. And from respect, real attraction begins. Most men today are constantly seeking approval without realizing something important. Women are naturally drawn to men who don't depend on them. When you stop reacting to her games, stop trying to prove your worth, and stop attempting to impress her, that's when her ego starts to weaken. In many cases, she may even begin to seek your validation instead. In this video, you're going to learn exactly how to do this step by step. Simple, psychological, and highly effective. We'll break down how to destroy her ego in a way that makes her respect you, desire you, and view you differently from every other man she has met. But before we begin, pay attention. What you see on this channel is only a preview, not the complete system. If you truly want to understand modern dating and master real relationship dynamics, don't waste time. Visit www.stoicapproachtolife.com or check the link in the description and access deeper strategies and real teachings. Don't just watch, level up today. So, let's get started. Number 1. Hold frame. Listen. Your emotional state is the battlefield. If you want to stop her ego from controlling the interaction, you must hold your frame consistently, calmly, and without emotional instability. Holding frame means you decide who you are in every situation, and you don't change based on her mood, her messages, or her behavior. Women are naturally drawn to men who remain steady. It feels attractive and grounding. It removes the emotional leverage she might use through reactions. Start by structuring your day around your priorities: work, fitness, goals, friends, and purpose. If she becomes the center of your attention, you lose your frame. If she flirts, it's fine. If she becomes distant, it's still fine. You stay consistent. Not needy, not cold, just stable. Boundaries are the tool of frame. If she cancels plans last minute, respond calmly. All right, we'll reschedule later in the week. No begging, no explanation, no emotional reaction. Her response to your boundaries reveals everything. If you fold, you teach her she can push you further. If you stay firm, entitlement fades. Even your reactions matter. Don't respond impulsively to emotional triggers. Stay composed, calm, and neutral. Frame also shows through your presence, body language, tone, and energy. Stand tall, speak slowly, don't overreact, and don't overlaugh. Keep your life full outside of her. Friends, goals, hobbies. A man with a full life doesn't rely on validation. Finally, give attention selectively. Don't overtext or overpraise. Treat your attention as something valuable and limited. When she feels she must earn it, her behavior adjusts automatically. Hold frame, set boundaries, control reactions, and make attention something earned. That's how respect starts replacing ego. Number 2. The power of indifference. One of the strongest tools a man can develop is indifference, not pretending not to care, but genuinely not allowing yourself to be emotionally controlled. Women can sense when a man's emotions are tied to their behavior. If she can shift your mood by pulling away or acting distant, she controls the frame. But when you stay calm, even when she is distant, silent, or testing you, everything changes. Indifference removes the emotional fuel her ego feeds on. Without your reaction, her games lose power. To practice this, don't double text when she ignores you. Don't chase when she pulls away. You continue your life without interruption. If she returns, fine. If not, you still move forward. When a woman realizes her behavior doesn't shake you, she begins to question her influence. That's where attraction starts replacing ego. Indifference is not arrogance, it's emotional control. It means your self-worth isn't dependent on her response. Number 3. Silence speaks louder than verbal. Silence is one of the most underrated forms of control. Most men rush to explain, defend, or fix tension, but silence does something different. It creates uncertainty. When you don't react to her attitude, her tests, or her emotional games, you remove the feedback she expects. That disruption makes her think more and react less. Don't argue when she becomes emotional. Don't over-explain when she misunderstands you. Sometimes just stay quiet, stay calm, or change direction entirely. Silence forces her to sit with her own thoughts instead of using you as an emotional outlet. It creates space where your absence becomes noticeable. Most men fear silence because they think it creates distance. In reality, it creates curiosity and reflection. Silence is not weakness, it's control. It shows you don't need constant communication to feel secure. Number 4. Stop explaining yourself. One major mistake men make is over-explaining. The more you justify yourself, the lower your perceived value. Confidence doesn't need approval. If she questions your actions, keep it simple. No long explanations, no emotional defense, just clear, direct responses. Over-explaining signals insecurity. It shows you care too much about how she interprets you. A man who knows his value doesn't try to convince anyone. Women respect clarity, not over-talking. If she misunderstands you, let it be. Truth doesn't need constant defense. The less you explain, the more authority your words carry. Number 5. Be willing to walk away. The strongest position a man can have is the ability to walk away, not as a tactic, but as a mindset rooted in self-respect. When a woman knows you are not afraid to leave, the dynamic shifts immediately. Boundaries become real. Respect becomes natural. Walking away doesn't mean you hate her. It means you value yourself more than confusion, disrespect, or emotional games. Build a life where leaving is always an option. Goals, fitness, purpose, friendships, so you are never dependent on one person. A man who can walk away is never controlled by fear. Number 6. Control the emotional tempo. Every interaction has an emotional rhythm. Most men follow it. A strong man leads it. If she becomes emotional, you stay steady. If she becomes distant, you remain grounded. If she is warm, you match it, but don't lose control. Don't rush replies. Don't get pulled into emotional spirals. Stay calm, consistent, and centered. When you control the emotional tempo, she can no longer shift your state at will. That removes her leverage completely. Emotional stability creates respect because it signals leadership. Number 7. Value silence over validation. Most men are addicted to validation. They want approval, reassurance, and acceptance, but that need weakens attraction. When you constantly seek validation, you feed her ego. When you stop, everything shifts. Silence becomes your strongest tool. Instead of reacting, explaining, or chasing, you pause, you create space, and in that space, she starts reflecting on her own behavior. Women respect mystery and calm confidence more than constant communication. When you value silence over validation, you stop feeding her ego and start protecting your peace.